Thank you very much. So I would also like to know, since you've brought the issue of federalism, are there two types of federalism, such that we have true federalism or false federalism, as the case may be?
Well, there is nothing like two types of federalism. Why, some of us, phrase it, true federalism, is, when when federalism is not, practiced as it should be, then it becomes a false or cosmetic federalism. There's no, we don't have two types of federalism. And then, you look at Nigeria is far away from, practicing federalism, but it's a federal republic. In principles, Nigeria is practicing federalism, but in actual, action, Nigeria is far away from that. I'll give you an example. If you look at, the few cardinals of federalism or principles of federalism. One, resource control is one of them. Two, state police. Three, state constitutions. Nigeria, we know, you remember in 1960 when Nigeria, got our political independence. Because, we are saying Nigeria got our independence in 1960. But to me, it's just a political independence because we don't have anything like economic independence. Nigeria is still, is still under the yoke of colonialism when it comes, the economic perspective. So you find out, when Nigeria experimented the parliamentary system of government in 1960 after the British. The military was, struck in 1966. One of the reasons they gave, was the kind of government, practice is a kind of alien. And then, the operators of, parliamentary system of government were, wiped out of, the system. Then in 1977, under the regime of Olusegun Obasanjo as the head of state, when he wanted, to disengage the military from active politics and then hand over to a civilian, populace, there had to be a kind of political structure. And that political structure must, be built under the foundation of a constitution. So he kind of constituted a constitution drafting committee. And one of the advices of the members of the Constitution Drafting Committee, or one of the provisions of that document, is that Nigeria should move away from parliamentary system to a presidential system of government. And then, as a federal republic, states are given, powers, to control, whatever resources that are found in their states. So you find out that, Nigeria missed the whole thing when we moved away from that, federalism, that is getting the principles of federalism to a kind of unitary system of, government. We borrowed, that from the United States of America, a presidential system of government, and, federalism. If you look at it, if you go from here now to the United States of America, by the time you get to New York, the state of New York, you get a police officer, who, will accost you and say, you look at him. By the time you move from New York, to probably New Jersey, you see another kind of, police officer with different uniform. You move from, New Jersey to probably Pennsylvania, which is close to New Jersey, another police officer with different uniform. Just like that. Then you begin to ask yourself, because you are coming from an environment where, all the 36 states, we have one police, force. That is one of the principles of federalism, state police. And again, you look at if a man commits murder, probably in the state of Florida, and he's given life sentence. The same offense is committed probably in Mississippi, Ohio, or Wyoming. Instead of life, instead of death sentence, they say life imprisonment. Maybe the same offense probably is committed in Alabama or the state of Louisiana. They say it's 20 years imprisonment. You see the variation. That is where the constitution of the various states differ, unlike in Nigeria. So to me, if we can just restructure this country and then go back the way we were in between 1960 and 1966, Nigeria will be better economically, politically, socially, and otherwise. And then we look at, look, if Nigeria has to be better today, the issue of corruption must be looked into. There must be total eradication or minimization of corruption in Nigeria for Nigeria to move forward.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Doctor, we also noticed that, because we observed before we came here, that you studied in the United States of America, and you came back with academic distinctions, one of which is the National Dean's Award. So I would like you to just say a thing or two as a word of advice to Nigerian youths, especially your students, on how to be very outstanding in their chosen field of endeavor, whether in Nigeria or elsewhere.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I studied in the United States of America. I have my bachelor's degree from Alabama State University, a bachelor's degree in political science, magna cum laude. And like you rightly said, I won the National Dean's Award in the United States. The National Dean's Award is for who is who in American universities and colleges. So by the special grace of God, by the special grace of God, from Alabama State University, I was one of the recipients of that prestigious award in the United States. Okay, it is not just, I did not just come on a platter of gold, but rather it was sheer hard work. While in the United States, I focused on my studies. Even as a student from Nigeria, life was very difficult. But one thing I told myself is that I was not going to mix my academics with menial jobs. So that I had a goal, I had a focus, I knew where I was going, and by the special grace of God, I achieved it. Then I went to New York, where I did my master's degree in international relations from the City College of the City University of New York. You see, thank God, and I came here in Nigeria and had my doctorate degree in international relations. All these things, come through hard work. My advice, to my students, which I've always been telling them in class, in my office, that nothing good comes easy. You must, work hard to earn. And first of all, you must have a focus. First of all, you must have a goal. If you say you want to make a first class in any higher institution, right from the onset, you can do it by working very hard. But what I discovered about the difference between Nigerian academic environment and the academic environment in the United States is that one, the environment is not friendly for students to study in Nigeria. The environment is not conducive. A lot of things has to be done. I doff my heart for Nigerian students, because after studying under this harsh, unconducive and unfriendly atmosphere, still a lot of them go out there and make it and come up above their contemporaries. So one, if the atmosphere is conducive, if the federal government is putting some money in education, if the federal government is looking at education as a priority, as a foundation for national development, then you find out they have to make sure that a larger percentage of their budget goes to education. So it is an environment. I have tested education in America, I have tested education in Nigeria. The dichotomy is very wide. Our government needs to do a lot to make sure that we have students who should go out there and excel. Nigeria has a lot of potentials. Nigeria has a lot of students, but they are inhibited by the environment. Thank you.